Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Fly Spread Masters. This episode is specifically about my guest and his history. In his history, he's been collecting for quite some time. I want everybody to give a warm welcome and applause for my brother here, B-Lo, 2018 champion of Low Deuce on the Deuce. Cheers. Salute, B-Lo. Salute. So, how you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Good to see you. Congratulations on everything. You did a great layout. I appreciate you, and you've been doing your thing for quite some time. I think a lot of these people out there that collect these Ralph Lauren pieces or whatever pieces that you collect and you put together your fly, pay attention, because this man right here went home with the big trophy. And this right here is an example on how we represent this fly for our elves. Brother, where you from?
I'm from Haiti.
Okay. From Haiti, so where you at now?
Where I live now? I'm
Yeah.
in Queens.
You in Queens?
But I used to reside in Bushwick.
Oh, so you grew up in Bushwick also?
Bushwick.
Right on. There's a lot of lowheads in Bushwick, right?
A lot of OGs.
Shout out to all the OGs from BK, man. Y'all inspired us, man, a lot, man. Appreciate that. So, growing up in Bushwick, what was it like for you recognizing the Ralph Lauren brand on,
Big aspect.
the people?
Well, it was how could you say, me seeing all these OGs, a lot of low heads. Before I knew low life, but a lot of low heads was rocking the polo. And like, for my situation, I didn't have money like that. So I see a lot of people that used to rock polo. I was wearing kind of like you could say high waters, shoes and stuff, because my parents ain't got money like that. So
Right.
I kind of felt a certain way, I said, you know what, I want to get in that page, that flow, because
Right.
everybody was sweating them, the girls, the guys, they was getting salute. You could see that they look like they Superman or something, they
Very inspiring. Very inspiring. What time frame was this?
This is 93.
This is 93.
93.
So you was witnessing this type of atmosphere in this setting in these hoods of people rocking low in the early 90s,
Yeah,
rather.
early 90s, yes.
Very important, because your hat says 92 on it.
This is going before me. I started rocking 94.
All right, now the 90s is very essential, but this goes back to the 80s. So since some people got on board doing this in the 90s, they were able to catch up to those that were rocking this in the 80s, because acquiring these pieces, these items, it takes a lot of hustling, a lot of gifted gab, or a lot of fisticuffing. Okay, man, we're not gonna do the fisticuffing though. So, coming up in the 90s, seeing this stuff, what was your first item that caught your attention and said, that's what I want to do? Like, that's it. I've seen enough. This is what I want. What was it?
I would say the 92 ski.
92 ski?
Yeah.
The turtleneck. So the front piece, okay, because the 92 ski, you have, the back piece. They was cutting off the
Yeah, they was cutting off the arms to make it a vest.
Very interesting, because the 92 ski is a very loud piece. And I come from the era of also seeing people hacking off the sleeves. I never owned a 92 ski goose, but I acquired other people's severed gooses for the vest. So I can relate. That's a hard body piece to catch. That's crazy, because it has that cartoon graphic, and I remember the Gap made a jacket like that as well.
A little bit before that.
They were biting the style, of course. But aside from that, seeing the 92 Goose, this is what got you to what?
To start wanting to change my appearance to look fly, so I could be, the man. Everybody could be like, yo, that's B-Lo right there, this. So that kind of made me hype, I wanted to change the way I look, the way people think about me, I wanted to be like that Superman that I was saying. And the guys walking in the street, they get daps, everybody saluting them. So
Right. Now, the name B-Lo. How'd you get that name? Because you didn't call yourself B-Lo when you saw 92 Ski Goose.
no, I didn't call myself.
So tell them how you got the name B-Lo.
Actually, when the Team Magnificent formed together, you know, and they was like, you know what, I see you love low.
Right.
You've been rocking low way before we got together, you know.
Right.
Nice name for you would be B-Lo, Billy Low.
Okay.
You know?
Say that. Short for Billy Lowe. Absolutely, it makes sense. So, coming up through Brooklyn and through the 90s, until you came up to the name B-Lo, you were collecting.
I was collecting.
Okay. So your arsenal was heavy. When did your arsenal start becoming heavy?
Actually, my arsenal was pretty there, believe it or not, because I had a lot of people that I knew that had pieces. They would throw me a bone, you know, or sometimes I'd go with my man Ralph. We would go like, I hate to say it, but we were boosting a little bit, something.
Right. Came with the territory, especially for New York kids and New Jersey kids. So I can totally understand.
Yeah, of course, you know me, I never boosted before, so I was kind of scared, you know. But he kind of like told me, you know, just take it easy, relax, don't be nervous, don't, you know, just if you're gonna do it, you gotta follow every move I'm making, and I did.
All right, so you learn. Okay, now establishing a little vice or, you know, little Lizzie bag career or whatever you want to do, you were able to acquire the items, and then what did you start doing once your collection started to go? Did you start dealing? Did you start selling?
Trading, selling, getting other pieces that I wanted more, you know, meeting people. That right there made me meet a lot of different people.
All right.
You know?
When you met these people, they're obviously, you know, you went to other neighborhoods as well.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Right.
But, you know, doing that too, you know, it's rough in Bushwick, in Brooklyn, period. So
Yes, it is.
going to certain neighborhoods, you know, you couldn't really wear certain things because, you know, niggas would get you.
People gonna eat you. Yeah. I know a lot of people that got blasted, you know what I'm saying, hit with the ox for their items. And unfortunately, this is a culture that provides violence, especially through the 80s and the 90s. Set the tone for the original lowlives that vent New York City and countless other cities and states as well. Now, you went from Bushwick to collecting low in the 90s. How did you come into the new millennium with your collection? Like because I remember there was a little pause with the heavy collectors. They weren't as vast, except for the original lowlives and a few lowheads that were out there doing their numbers. But before social media came, there was a little dim in the culture. How did you come into the millennium before MySpace and then Facebook and Twitter and all that?
It's just,
you were still doing your thing?
I was still doing my thing. Why the reason I was doing my thing is because I love the material, the colors, you know,
right.
What originally started me wearing it, which was all the low heads that I knew that was getting, you know, all the props, you know what I'm saying? So I never really, how'd you say, fade away from that. Besides, I did have some other pieces like Benetton and a little bit of cross colors, but polo was my main thing.
Right.
You know, that's what most of the pieces that you could say I had was polo. You know?
Ralph Lauren, more or less. Because this is what I wanted to get with people. Just because you see low heads or low lives or low affiliate crews or just, you know, crowds of individuals that wear Ralph Lauren, I always try to say Ralph Lauren. You know, to label everything Ralph Lauren did or produced as low, it doesn't necessarily make it low. Low short for polo. You have, you know, Lauren, Ralph Lauren. You have Polo Jeans Company, Ralph Lauren. You have RLX, Ralph Lauren. Polo Sport. You know, all these different labels. Ralph Lauren has a vast amount of labels that incorporated the look that we acquire, which also represents the themes, and we're gonna get into the themes about how he won the 2008 Team Low Goose on the Deuce, which was a very, very, very cold night, and we're gonna go into that. So, your theme for 2018 Low Goose on the Deuce. What was that about? Like, what made you, you know, come up with that theme? And what was the theme? Let them know what the theme was.
The theme was Stampede.
Stampede.
Yes, Stampede horse. So the reason I came up with that theme was because the goose was the first piece that I got. So me having the goose was already fire. So somehow, you know, I had some other pieces besides. I had the two sweaters, and I had the Purple Label scarf. So now I had to get everything together so I could, you know, be prepared for the Low Goose and the Goose. So now everything else had to fall in place. So now I went searching for the other new sweaters.
Right.
I went searching for the hats to match, the pants.
Right.
I had to find the pants. Of course, you know, I spent some money.
Right.
But it was all worth it because you see, I won the Low Goose.
It's a vision, though.
Yeah, it's a vision.
Yeah.
And the vision was like, you know, okay, the Stampede. What can I do? How can I put it together? What colors would match with what? How would I put underneath, you know, this underneath that, you know, to make the crowd, you know, wild. You know what I'm saying? And then the socks,
I call
the
that
boxes,
overkill.
you know what I'm saying?
And I'm a king of it, right?
The boxes, you know, the socks, everything. Everything had to match, you know. I also wanted to put the black sweater, which you've seen in the video.
Right.
But, you know, I didn't want to overkill. Because you see,
could have
that's
wrapped
what
that
happened.
around your waist.
Yeah, I could have, but see how, look what happened with Travis Sutra. He went a little bit.
That's all right, though.
You know, so, but he
Shout out to Travis Sutra, man.
Salute.
You know what I'm saying? Minneapolis or Minneapolo. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but shout out. Did the thing, though.
Yeah,
But, yeah, so it was an equestrian fit.
Yes.
Now the color?
The colors green, purple, yellow, red. That's about it. All those colors came together, you know. The shirt, of course. Oh, I did forget about the vest. I had a Bleekers vest
Yeah, you
too.
did have a Bleeker
Yes.
vest on.
I had the vest
And
underneath the sweater.
You know what? That was a creative way to do that.
Yes.
But I would have had the Bleeker vest on over all of this. It's under the coat. Me personally.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people aren't ready for coat, knit, vest, knit. You understand where I'm coming from? But regardless of the fact, it's not me, it's you, you still pulled it off. You know what I'm saying? Salute, you know what I'm saying, for that, because that was a very brave move to pull. A lot of y'all in the world are going to be watching the video on YouTube and seeing the specs and the details. It's always about the details. The details are like the most important thing. So with that being said, you know, I want to, like, you know, give this man a round of applause once again for coming out here to New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Coming out here to New Jersey, showing up, bringing this thing to the Fly Spread Masters Show. Now, to follow us on Instagram, you can follow me at AYAKSUNLO, Ayak Sunlo on IG. What they can follow you on?
They can follow me on Instagram, BLO_34777.
Alright, and another thing, be looking out for this on YouTube, Fly Spread Masters. Shout out to the Layout Kings, and we about to get into this layout that my boy B Low that brought here to Jersey to show y'all how it's done. Stay tuned. Ayak. Peace. Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is your host, Sun Low. Fly Spread Masters show right now. I got a great guest in my place right now. He's going to show you his layout. Shout out to everybody that do their thing. 2 L's up.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is BLO, 2018 Low Goose Sun Goose Champion, Team Magnificent. I'm here to show you my layout.
You stuck around. It's a good thing. Cause now I'm about to show you who's gonna be on the next episode. Just keep it between me. Don't tell Chance, man. You know he be tripping.
Bruh, what you doing in there? Yo, I'm telling you, you hiding behind that book again, telling people secrets, huh?
I'm gonna show you. Check it out.
Yo, keep that on the low, bro.
Yo, give it up for my man Julio. Cheers.
Cheers.
What's up, man?
Hey, man.